Why are machine tools considered the mother industry for industrialization, and what does this mean for Africa and other developing economies? Machine tools, the mother industry of industrialization, and what it means for Africa and developing economies. When economists, engineers, and policymakers speak of machine tools as the mother industry, they refer to the pivotal role these tools play in building every other industry. Just as mothers give birth to life, machine tools give birth to manufacturing. They are the foundation upon which industrial capacity rests, and without them, no nation can claim full industrial independence. For Africa and other developing economies striving for sustainable growth, this understanding is critical. What are machine tools? Machine tools are mechanical devices used to cut, shape, drill, grind, or otherwise process metal and other hard materials into components. Examples include lathes, milling machines, grinders, presses, and CNC, computer numerical control, machines. These tools are essential for producing the parts that go into cars, airplanes, energy systems, agricultural machinery, medical equipment, electronics, and more. In essence, machine tools build the machines that build everything else. Without them, industrialization cannot advance beyond an assembly level. A nation that imports its machine tools is dependent on others for its manufacturing backbone. A nation that produces its own can set its own industrial destiny. Why are machine tools called the mother industry? Foundation of all manufacturing. Every modern industry, automotive, aerospace, defense, electronics, textiles, agriculture, energy, requires components made with machine tools. If a country lacks them, it lacks the ability to make its own machines and equipment. Multiplier effect. Investments in machine tools have a ripple effect. When a nation builds machine tools domestically, it enables other industries, transport, energy, healthcare, construction, to flourish. It multiplies capabilities across the economy. Technology driver. Machine tools embody the latest in mechanical engineering, precision, materials science, and increasingly, digital automation. Mastery of this industry means mastery of advanced technology. Industrial sovereignty. Countries without domestic machine tool production must import them. This dependence often comes with high costs, currency drains, and vulnerability to geopolitical disruptions. Having a domestic machine tool sector provides a form of economic sovereignty. This is why nations like Japan, Germany, the United States, and more recently China and South Korea, invested heavily in their machine tool industries early in their development. Their industrial dominance today can be traced directly to these investments. What this means for Africa and developing economies. Africa, despite its vast natural resources and young workforce, remains largely dependent on imports for machinery and technology. Most African economies are resource exporters and finished goods importers. The absence of a strong machine tool sector is one of the reasons why industrialization has lagged behind. Here are the implications. 1. Dependency on foreign manufacturing. Africa's industries often rely on imported machines and spare parts. When a factory's machines break down, replacement parts usually must be shipped from Europe, Asia, or America, causing delays, high costs, and downtime. This dependence weakens competitiveness. 2. Limits on value addition. African economies often export raw materials, cocoa, copper, crude oil, iron ore, instead of processed goods. One reason is the lack of machine tools to establish processing and manufacturing industries locally. Without them, Africa cannot easily move up the value chain. 3. Skills and technology gap. Without domestic machine tool industries, Africa misses out on the high-skill training that comes with operating, designing, and innovating in this sector. Skilled machinists, toolmakers, and mechanical engineers remain scarce, further limiting industrial capacity. 4. Loss of sovereignty in industrial policy. A country that cannot make its own machines cannot independently shape its industrial strategy. Its economic future remains tied to external suppliers. For Africa, this perpetuates a cycle of dependency. Opportunities for Africa and developing economies. Recognizing machine tools as the mother industry opens pathways for Africa to shift from being a consumer of technology to a producer. 1. Establishing regional machine tool hubs. Not every African country can build a full-scale machine tool industry immediately. But regional hubs, for example, South Africa, Nigeria, Egypt, Kenya, or Ethiopia, could specialize in building specific types of machine tools. These hubs could supply surrounding regions, reducing dependence on imports. 2. Leveraging local resources. Africa already has raw materials: iron ore, steel, aluminum, rare earths that are essential for machine tool production. Instead of exporting these raw materials, they can be processed domestically to build the foundation of a machine tool industry. 3. Training and skills development. Technical and vocational training institutes must prioritize machine tool design, machining, and precision engineering. Partnerships with universities, research centers, and foreign manufacturers can fast-track the transfer of knowledge. 4. Industrial clusters and supply chains. A machine tool industry cannot stand alone. It thrives when linked with automotive, aerospace, agricultural, construction, and energy industries. African countries could develop industrial clusters that integrate machine tools with local manufacturing supply chains. 5. Leapfrogging with technology. The world of machine tools has evolved from manual machines to CNC systems and now towards smart factories with AI, robotics, and 3D printing. Africa does not have to follow the slow historical path of Europe or Asia. It can leapfrog into modern digital manufacturing with targeted investments. 6. Attracting strategic partnerships. Developing economies can attract partnerships with countries that are strong in machine tool technology but also seek markets and resource access. For example, joint ventures with Asian and European firms could help Africa build its domestic industry while creating local jobs. Case studies and lessons. China. In the 1980s, China recognized its dependence on foreign machine tools. It invested heavily in both state-owned and private companies, often with technology transfer from Japan and Germany. Today, China is the world's largest producer and consumer of machine tools. Germany and Japan, their dominance in precision machine tools underpins their global leadership in automotive and engineering industries. India, through its Make in India initiative, India has been strengthening its machine tool sector, particularly in Bengaluru, which has become a hub for CNC machines and robotics. These examples show that building machine tools industries is not optional for industrial growth, it is essential. The way forward. For Africa and developing economies, embracing machine tools as the mother industry means national industrial policies that prioritize local machine tool development. Public-private partnerships to fund R&D, factories, and training programs. Regional integration, where different countries specialize and trade machine tools across the continent. Investment in skills, with universities and vocational schools focused on mechanical engineering, mechatronics, and digital manufacturing. Long-term vision, understanding that building a machine tool industry is not about quick profits but about laying the foundation for generations of industrial growth. Conclusion. Machine tools are rightly called the mother industry because they give birth to every other industry. Without them, industrialization is incomplete. For Africa and other developing economies, this realization is not just academic, it is a blueprint for economic transformation. If Africa wants to move beyond exporting raw materials and importing finished goods, it must invest in the capacity to build its own machines. Only then can it truly claim industrial sovereignty, create millions of jobs, and chart an independent path of development.